So 200 people lost their lives in Benue. 200 women, children, and elderly lost their lives. The question is this: how is it possible for 200 people to get killed in cold blood in an operation that is reported to have taken place for hours without the presence of the military, the DSS, the police, and others? And it happened. Nobody has been arrested. There is no report of any of the perpetrators being killed. How is this possible? For 200 persons to be killed, it means that at least 200 people invaded that village. How do 200 persons invade a village or even a town? You can call it a small town because it's on a major road. How does that happen without almighty DSS having intelligence report, Defense Intelligence Agency, National Intelligence Agency, Nigerian Police, Nigerian Security, Civil Defense? How does that happen? It reminds me of what Abacha said. If insurgency goes on for more than 48 hours, government knows about it. So can we say that Tinubu, as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, is complicit? Or do we just pin it to failure of intelligence on the part of the security agencies? Do you really want to tell me and tell Nigerians that there was intelligence failure on the part of DSS? That DSS did not know? That the Nigerian police, their special squad, did not know? That the Nigerian military, Air Force, Navy, and Army, with all their intelligence agencies, did not know? I find that hard to believe. Trust me. I think that they know. I think they knew. They just simply failed to act, perhaps, on instruction. Instruction from whom? Those are the questions we should be asking. This needless loss of lives in Benue, they say 200, but you and I know the figure is way more than that. From the video that Very Dark Man posted, even the witnesses say it's more than that. So the question is this. Or, let me just make a statement. The needless loss of lives of 200 Nigerians in Benue is what you get when you have puppets as leaders of a country or a state. Am I saying that our president and our governors are puppets? It looks like that. We were in this country when Boko Haram was ravaging Nigeria, in the northeast, in Borno, before 2015 elections. And Jonathan managed to get executive outcome, a private military contractor, to dislodge them. And in 2 weeks, they made considerable gains. They pushed back Boko Haram a lot. But what happened after Buhari came into power? We have the CEO of Executive Outcome say on record in an interview granted to Al Jazeera that the Buhari administration, that Buhari gave instruction to send them packing on the instruction of the then Obama regime. Is it possible that this is exactly what is happening here? You know, it's easy to say it's Fulanization, it's land grab. Yes. From where I sit, those are involved. It could be. And then the president says, let them go and settle. Is it possible that there is a hidden agenda that we are all not talking about beyond just Fulanization or land grab or farmer header clashes, you know? Is it possible? Very, very possible. It looks like the hands of the president are tied by the people that have something on him. You cannot tell me that the DSS, do you know what DSS is? DSS that has access to equipment that can out of thin air capture packets of data and know what people are sending to each other via email, via text, via WhatsApp. DSS did not know about this beforehand, did not know about it while it was happening. No, you cannot tell me that. You cannot tell me that the Nigerian police did not have intelligence. No, this is not a failure of intelligence. Don't tell me it is. What happened in Benue is what you get when you have puppets as leaders. How can 200 people lose their lives in a country that has numerous security agencies, even if it was only DSS? DSS. I don't think anybody will be able to perpetrate that kind of evil. DSS sabi, they're sabi. And they are equipped, they are armed to the teeth. DSS cannot tell me that they did not have intelligence that this was going to happen. For 200 people to be killed, you need at least 200 people to have invaded. And the invaders came, they tackled the police. Police could not send reinforcement. They raided for hours, killing innocent women, children, and youths. And not just killing them, burning them. And the military could not respond. The police could not send reinforcement. And we have an NSA in this country. What you have in Benue is what you get when you have puppets as leaders. Now, my heart goes to those that have lost their families and loved ones. And I solidarize and commiserate with those that are protesting in Benue. But there are questions. What is the result of the protest? I support it. Even though you now have police that could not provide protection for innocent citizens that were slaughtered in their homes and burnt afterwards. And now tear gassing armless protesters and chasing them on the street. It's ironical. Where were those same police when the invaders were taking the lives of innocent Nigerian citizens? These are questions begging for answers. But then again, after the protest, the president has announced that he's going to visit on Wednesday. And some people are trying to push that as a win. As if, oh yes, we have achieved something. The president is going to visit on Wednesday. And then I ask the question, okay, how is that a win? Yes, he should go and he must go. But his visit to Benue, what does it change? Will it bring lasting peace to Benue? Will it stop the killings once and for all? Your answer is as good as mine. The only way to lasting peace in Benue is to stop puppets from being forced on us as Nigerians through rigged election. That's the only way. That is the only way. This thing is a repeated cycle. Tinubu will visit on Wednesday and he will tell you he has given instruction to the security agencies to fish out the perpetrators. And that they will get to the bottom of it. And then this new cycle will continue for 1 week, maximum. And then we will all forget. And then it will happen again. This insecurity, and it's not just in Benue, in Plateau, in the northeast, in Borno, in Adamawa, in Taraba, in the northwest, in the north central, everywhere across Nigeria, this insecurity will not stop until we stop puppets from being forced on us as leaders through rigged election. Imagine it. 200 Nigerians lost their lives. And it took public outcry for the president to even decide to visit. We had the flood incident in Niger. Didn't bother to visit. Yet, minutes or hours after Israel attacks Iran, they are issuing statements. It shows something. The president knows what he's doing. They know. They would have loved to stamp out the insecurity in Nigeria, in Benue. They would have loved to. But their hands are tied. It is my opinion that what the CEO of Executive Outcome said happened to Buhari with Boko Haram is happening with Tinubu with insecurity in Nigeria. It's happening. 200 Nigerian lives lost in a horrible way. So that what? So that somebody can grab land? So that somebody can chop? Because in all of this now, some security officials are chopping. They are observing table manners. So that somebody can gain access to minerals, to lithium, californium, perhaps, gold, all of this carnage, and we have a government to whom we have surrendered our sovereignty for protection and welfare, and we're not getting the protection, we're not getting the welfare. All of these for what? So somebody's bank account can grow and become fat with blood money, money made over the lives of innocent Nigerians. How shameless can some leaders be, allowing themselves to be used against their own people? Nobody is excused from this. Not the governor, not the president. The governor can come with the excuse that, my powers are... The powers are not limited. These invaders spent hours. We don't even have a video footage of them. We don't have a photo image of them. We don't have an audio recording of them. You as a governor, you do not need the permission of Mr. President to set up surveillance infrastructure in your state. You could set up early warning system. You could set up CCTV strategically. With less than 100 million out of the billions accessible to you or available to you as security vote, you could have done that. If they had early warning system and they knew the invaders were coming way ahead in time, could that village not have been evacuated? Could a trap not have been set for those invaders? So instead of just throwing your hands in the air, yeah, we know, yes, the federal government may be complicit, but you too, you are culpable. You failed your people. And all this for what? Pleasing Tinubu so you can get a second term? When your people are being slaughtered, nobody is absolved of any blame. And I say it again. All of this insecurity can only stop when we stop rigging in Nigeria. Because rigging is the mechanism they use to force these puppets on us. To such an extent that you now have leaders that cannot take decisive action in the interest of their people. The only way to stop this is to stop rigging. Vote Vision, Election Guard, Camp Guard, Well Fund, Law Patrol, and Abundance Party. These are solutions that will help guarantee free and fair elections, that will help ensure that rigging is stamped out in our electoral process. Details of how you can participate are in the description. Do join us. Let us stop this habit of complaining once in a while. We complain, we protest, they abate, we forget, the program starts again, we complain. No. We can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. This time, let's apply a different solution. We stop rigging with the solution in the description. Let me know what you think. And bring your ideas, different ideas. Don't come and tell me, oh, if the government can. No, 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 no. This is not the time for if the government can. They can, but they just decide not to. And don't think that they are going to have a change of mind. These are people who do not have conscience. So your protests, your outcry, public outrage, it fuels their greed. They consider it collateral damage. Yeah, so far as they have their pockets lined with 1% of the proceeds of this carnage. 1%. The people who have their hands tied are the ones taking in the lion's share and shipping it out of the country. Let's stop them by stopping rigging. 2027, let's not joke around. This is not the time to just talk. We talk, we back it up with action. See the action plan in the description. Take it with us. A new Nigeria is very, very possible. But we can't get it with you just simply talking. We need action. Will you take action?